Hit the halfway point here in Chapel Hill. Friday night duels. Jack scores 6 in the first period. Jumps out early on Lachlan McNeil. A 7-5 win. He really set the tone. O'Connor stays perfect at 57 in our highlighted match. Defensive battle, 3-1. And then we just saw Faison, ranked 28, take down the two-time All-American Clay Loud, 6-1. BC State winners in 4 from 5 matches tonight. Now we head to 184. Trent Hidlay really has his sights set on a national championship this year. NC State with 8 individual national champs in their long history, taking on Carson Tenold, who makes his dual debut tonight, and he draws Hidlay. And here comes Carson Tenold out of tiny Gilbertville, Iowa. Don Bosco High School. The Don's a traditional powerhouse in the state of Iowa. They've won 4 consecutive team championships. They have produced a lot of good wrestlers, and now the Tenold brothers, both Carson and his twin Cade, wrestling for UNC. This is a tough way to make your debut, though.
You tell me, welcome to D1 wrestling. You're wrestling not just against, one of the top guys in the country, but one of the most physically dominant guys in the nation.
Hidlay not wasting any time. Gets the takedown and a 2-0 lead for Trent Hidlay. Rock, when you watch Hidlay, and this is a 3-time All-American. He was a runner-up a couple of years ago, took 5th last year. He is poised to make a run, try to get back into the national championship match in a loaded weight at 84. Where have you noticed the growth from him this year compared to a season ago?
Well, each year there's going to be improvement, and the improvements that we see may not be as glaring because it's little nuances. It could be mental that we see. There might be some little things he's doing with how he grabs the wrist. We just still see the same Trent Hidlay, the underhook. But what I'm noticing more is that the underhook isn't just an underhook. It's an underhook to something. It's an underhook to open up something. And one of the most impressive matches that I saw him was when he wrestled against Hunter Bolin a few weeks ago, and he came back. And that's just mental maturity right there.
Nine bonus point wins this year for Hidlay, 3-0 against his ECC foes.
So interestingly, we talked about, from a technique standpoint, with there's a nice sweep single there, finished by Trent Hidlay. We talked to Coach Coleman. Scott said, Coach Scott, how do you get out of the underhook? He was so clear. He said, don't get in it. Keep your elbow to your chest. Don't get in it, because once you're in it, it's almost impossible to get out of it. So he was telling his wrestlers, when Hidlay's or Arrington or Scott, don't get into the underhook and keep that elbow to your chest. He said he had experience wrestling Iranians, where he said he had to keep his elbow in. And certainly what David Taylor did when he wrestled Yazdani for the Olympic and World Championships, the elbow in the chest. Just don't get into the underhook.
Mentioned Iran and Yazdani, masters of the underhooks in the freestyle world in the International Plaza, that stage of wrestling. As you see Hidlay just smooth, gets it on the leg, trip action, 2 more for Hidlay in what is a takedown clinic in this first period.
Yes, that was clean, and he finished it high. The higher you get the leg, it makes it a little more difficult for the one defending the shot to keep their balance. And Trent Hidlay's doing exactly what we expected him to do in this match against a true freshman.
Take a look at the national scene here at 184. Hidlay settled in at 3rd. You have Brooks, Keckeisen of UNI, Marcus Coleman, and then Romero of Ohio State. So he said it's loaded at the top. Keckeisen's had a good year. All 5 of those guys have. Romero getting hot at the right time for the Buckeyes. It's going to be fun when we get to Tulsa.
Oh, yes, I can't wait. Can't wait. 8 mats, wrestling, fans going crazy. Fans, if you've not been to the NCAA championships, You got to get there. It's one of those events that it's not like anything else. I love it. If you're getting married, your honeymoon should be to the NCAA championships. Well worth it.
Well, there might be some significant others watching that love you, Rock Harrison, but they're saying, I don't know about a honeymoon. I'm with you. We're thinking of...
If they fight against that, they're not a significant other. They're just not significant. Yeah, they're not significant. Trent Hidlay just doing Trent Hidlay things. And there's not much that Tenold can do. He's a true freshman being outmatched against someone that is extremely intense. Intense in the wrestling room, intense doing matches. And look at him pushing the head down. He's making a statement. Look at that. So once again, he goes to that underhook, throws it by, and then what does he do? He pops the hips and brings him down.
Trent Hidlay has been described by Papalizio, the foundation of this team, and they just feed off his energy. He instills confidence with this team. He walks into a practice, maybe it's not a practice that's up to par. You know, the moment Hidlay arrives, he just gets everything uplifted. He has that charisma about him where he just brings everybody around him up emotionally to his level where he's always at. Just as a non-stop motor. It's a positive energy. In fact, he's so beloved in Raleigh. When we were talking about this when we were in New Orleans, he has the Hidlay hoagie. Rock, you and I, we're always both looking for restaurants when we're on the road, trying to find some local delicacies. I think we need to pay a visit to Mitch's place on Hillsborough Street for the Hidlay hoagie.
There we go. Y'all heard it. When fans that are at Raleigh, make sure you all speak to Sean and I as we do our commentary. But please tell us where we want to get some good food. I like hoagies.
So we got turkey, we got melted pepper jack, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and jalapeno jam. I was there all the way up until jam. Hidlay's jamming right now. But you're a little more adventurous on the food side, so I think that has your name written all over.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll throw a couple of slabs of bacon on just for good measure to keep that part of your appetite satisfied.
Bacon is good. Bacon goes with every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just like water. Trent Hidlay doing his stuff right here. Looking for a technical fall. Technical fall is when you are leading your opponent by 15 points or more, and it's a match termination, and he's very close to that right now.
Should be the first bonus point win as Hidlay goes around pretty easily without any resistance now. Tenold, 22-8. He'll cut and release. Previous 5 matches, all regular decisions, but Hidlay has ended it early here. He puts up 24, 5 team points with the technical fall, 15 or more on the win there for Hidlay, and NC State just keeps adding on. He has raised the roof in a number of venues across the country and having some fun with the fans that traveled here tonight.